Hello everyone. I am Dr. Paromita Mojumdar. I hail from Kolkata, West Bengal. I have been teaching at Guru Nanak Institute of Dental Sciences and Research since 2003. I practice at Evershine Dental Clinic and I go for part-time consultations in Kolkata. And today I will be talking about bioceramic materials. This topic will be subdivided into parts because it is a wide subject, and I wish that whatever I talk about makes a clear understanding to all my listeners. I have been shaped by my educators, and my professional growth is a collective journey built on guidance, mentorship, evaluation, and generosity of the dedicated teachers and examiners over the years. I dedicate this talk to the educators who can see potential in learners when they do not see it in themselves and who patiently pave the path of knowledge for them. I am thankful to my mentors, family, teachers, and examiners for their wisdom and generosity. With their blessings and courage, I am making an attempt to talk about a dental material that is being widely used, but little is known clearly about the same. Now, in our academia, we are shifting from publication only to publication and translational research. This shift demands impact, new skills, and resilience from theoretical learning, clinical practice, and research, or else most of our research and intellectual thinking becomes a research waste. The outcome of such endeavor is a more predictable patient care and an ever evolving list of dental materials that we are witnessing every day. So, who does not want to be smart in dentistry? This catchword and the expansions that I'll be talking about has been taken from a recent presentation that happened at our institute on behalf of Septeron Company, which is a widely known brand or company. So it was said that what we mean by smart, S, yeah, stands for science driven. M, of course, we are all material driven. In dentistry, we try and choose the best and the most appropriate material for the task. Advanced technology driven, which represents A, because we are, of course, as dentists, is the art, the science, and of course, the technology that puts everything into application. And we are also looking at regeneration now, if not only repair. So, that is the R part, and everything we do has to be trustworthy to our patients who are the end users. So, it is smart. Now, evidence based practice is thus becoming essential for dental practitioners of the new millennium and our students and our academia as well. As dentists, our timeline with the patients and our learning can be divided into actually three eras. One is pre internet era. Pre internet era was fully doctor driven. The patient would place full trust, full faith, and whatever doctor said would be sacrosanct. Then came the boom, the internet or Google area, where the diagnosis was made by the patient based on whatever the patient could feel or whatever the patient's awareness was about his or her own system. Only the doctor's role was to give a treatment plan suiting the patient. They could opt or they could not opt. They might opt or might not opt or go as per the plan of the dentist. Now is the era of AI. It has taken us by storm, but not always correctly. So here again, the diagnosis and treatment plan both are given by patient because patients know everything. They study, and the execution is done by doctor. Well, it might so happen that even this will change because often on social media we are seeing all these pictures and memes circulating where the robot is performing the dentist task, an extraction, a filling, and that too successfully. So we don't know what is actual and what is a perception. Now, as a result of the rapid product development in the industry, the marketing gimmicks and misnomers do occur when the material names sound scientific or revolutionary, but they overstate actual clinical advantages or they provide misleading information. So, the classic example now, all of us are aware, a very common material, bioceramic material that we hear very commonly is Portland cement. And the term here The aggregate term, it refers to actually inert granular materials which are typically sand, gravel or crushed stone that make up 60 to 80% of the concrete mix volumes. So, this is a very common cement used in the construction business also. So, typically Portland cement is combined with aggregate and water to form concrete. But Portland cement does not contain aggregate. It acts as a binder that is mixed with aggregates. So, here lies the catch. So, when it is mixed with aggregate, that is sand, gravel or crushed stone, it creates concrete. The cement and water coat and bind to the aggregate that fills up the spaces between aggregate particles to form a ceramic composite materials, and these aggregates constitute about 60 to 80% of the concrete volume that enhance strength, stability, reduce shrinkage and reduce the cost as well. Now, the cement that we hear so commonly in dentistry, which is MTA, mineral trioxide aggregate, it is actually or probably a misnomer because this cement composition does not require the use of aggregate. It only utilizes Portland cement with water. So, mineral trioxide aggregate or MTA, which is composed of Portland cement and a radio opacifier, is neither an oxide in its truest sense nor is an aggregate. Now, let us look at another material. It's a commercially available material which is bioaggregate. Now, again it remains unclear why bioaggregate was marketed as a bioceramic, which actually is a very broad based terminology. Bioaggregate contains tricalcium silicate and calcium phosphate, making it a biphasic cement. Tantalum oxide replaces the bismuth oxide radiopacifier of MTA, and there is also presence of silicon oxide. So, now we know how we can get confused if we do not rely on evidence based dentistry or if we do not go through the manufacturer leaflet or the product information that comes along with our dental material. Again, nanofilled composites. They often contain minimal or conventional fillers, but the term suggests that to be a superior product beyond proven evidence. There is another paste which is a charcoal active toothpaste. It is a company name. So, it is marketed to be a healthier alternative or a better alternative to the currently available products. The marketing gimmick suggests that charcoal is a natural superior way to clean and whiten teeth. But reality is known to us dentists. Charcoal is highly abrasive and can erode tooth enamel, causing long-term damage. Thus, the moot point here is we are not supposed to go by what our representatives say or what is only advertised. We need to look at the product information very diligently, because terminology can blur scientific accuracy, which emphasizes branding over evidence. Students and clinicians must look beyond names to composition, mechanism of action, and conduct independent literature research before making the decision of usage. Thus, the Know Your Material KYM exercise goes a long way in clinical decision making and choice of materials for a particular clinical situation, and understand if the claims by manufacturers and suppliers is truly backed by evidence or it is just a gimmick. Now, coming to the term ceramics, because we are going to talk about ceramics and bioceramics in particular in parts, we have to know the mother term, which is ceramics. So, ceramics is a very broad term that encompasses inorganic, non-metallic solids comprising metal, non-metal or metalloid atoms primarily held in ionic and covalent bonds. The crystallinity ranges from highly crystalline, well-ordered structure to poorly crystalline or even amorphous glasses. General ceramics are inert structural materials that prioritize hardness and heat treatment. When we come to dental use, we will see that our priority as dentists and users are little different. There are actually five types of ceramics, the general ceramics. First is a traditional ceramic, like a pottery, it's a very common thing, or a refractory, which is heat resistant, or we have engineering applications and high purity performance advanced ceramics. Then we have the bioceramics, which are specifically for biomedical appliances or applications. And then we have the electronic ceramics, which are for electrical and electronic uses.